Hello everybody and welcome to this third online Dru Yoga class. It's lovely to connect with you again. Hello to all my regular students that come to my classes, and hello to those of you that don't. Some of you that I know and some of you that I don't know. I've been really touched this week to hear from friends who have this video, that they've shared it with family members and friends, and to hear that it's actually benefiting more people than I'd originally expected. So please, if you think this would benefit somebody you know, please feel free to share it. It's my gift to you at this time, and it's just a way, while I'm stuck at home feeling a bit helpless, that I can reach out and perhaps offer something that will create a bit of headspace for you in this uncertain time. So today's session, today's class, what we're going to focus on is being present, okay? And I think we could all agree that being present at the moment is particularly challenging. With some of us think we've got a lot more time on our hands suddenly, and we're going to get all these things done, but then these distractions come in. Worries, but also just, we've got these devices and screens, haven't we, that are giving us information all the time. Some not so great, but some is very positive. And we can get sucked into all sorts of different avenues of thought, not necessarily always good for us. So, and Toby Hansen, he says, if you feel anxiety or depression, you are not in the present. You are either anxiously projecting the future or depressed and stuck in the past. The only thing you have any control over is this present moment. Simple breathing exercises can make us calm and present instantly. Now, I'm reading that off a sheet of paper that's directly beneath the camera, so please don't think I'm clever. And last week, some of you might have noticed, I tried to do the same and I completely read a word wrong. And it was because the sheet was behind the camera on the wall and I couldn't read it, and I didn't realise until afterwards that I'd made that mistake, and there was no way I was going to re-record the whole video. So I just want to share with you that I'm not some superhuman person that can recall all this information off the top of my head. I do have little cheat sheets sometimes. So, but anyway, getting back to the whole point, I hope you found that by practicing yoga, even just stopping to do some breathing exercises maybe for a few minutes, that you can bring yourself back into the present moment. And just pick bits out of these videos. You don't have to watch the whole thing. If the relaxation at the end is what does it for you, just do that. If the breathing exercises are what make you feel better about yourself, just do that. If it's the warm-ups, 10 minutes warm-ups, just do that. You don't have to do the whole video, but try if you can to find time every day just to do something that brings you back into that centered, sort of grounded sense of feeling that's so important to us right now. And I know I'm waffling on, so I'm going to stop. So we're going to move into activations to warm ourselves up. Then we're going to do what's called Energy Block Release 2, just part 1, because it's quite a long sequence, so we'll do part 1 today. We're going to move from that into doing a lovely posture called Paschimottanasana, which is the sitting forward bend, and then we're going to do another breathing exercise different to last week, and then finish with our 4-stage relaxation. So let's get ourselves nicely warmed up to begin with. And remember, a lot of these warm-ups and a lot of these sequences and postures, you can do them sat down as well, okay? So you don't have to stand the whole time. All right, so we're going to begin with our wrists. So we'll start off with our right wrist, and I'm going to mirror you. So we'll do both wrists together. What am I talking about? So let's just rotate our wrists in one direction. I've got a very clicky left wrist today. Okay, so just moving the wrists in one direction. That's it, lovely. Just feel them starting to warm up. If you haven't moved much today, then this will feel really good. Okay, and then taking them in the other direction. Okay, so just nice circles with the wrists, lovely. And then maybe taking them away that you haven't moved them all day. So it could be like this. Okay, so backwards and forwards. One of my wrists doesn't like that so much. Okay, and then perhaps we could just wave at each other. Okay, just being a bit silly today, I don't know why. Okay, so just shake your hands out now. That's it. So just really begin to feel some energy flowing into into the hands, into the fingers. That's it, lovely. Okay, shaking's really good for your body, okay? So that's something else you could just do. You could just stand and do a full body wet dog stretch, not stretch, shake, okay? So, all right, so then take that up into your elbows. Lovely. That's it, okay, so just feeling those elbows and the joints beginning to move, the muscles beginning to warm up, and then take it right up into your shoulders. That's it, lovely. Okay, so really feel the shoulders warming up, joints beginning to move and flex. Okay, lovely. Okay, so we're going to take it down into the feet now. So mirroring you again, put the weight firmly down through your left leg. Now if you need to hold onto a wall, do. You don't have to stand on one leg all by yourself for this, okay? So we're just going to rotate the ankle of the right foot, so just taking it in one direction, okay? And if you're standing without holding onto something, if you firmly engage these abdominal pelvic floor muscles, that will help. And then take the ankle in the other direction, okay? And then just give that foot a good shake. That's it, loosen it off, warm it up a bit, and let's take that into the knee. So we can just do gentle circles with the knee one way. If you've got any problems with the knees at all, just take this at your own pace, okay? And then take the knee in the other direction. That's it, lovely, okay? And then just shake the knee out. Fabulous. And then just take the leg out to the side and let's open up the hips. Taking the leg behind and then bringing it back out and placing it back down on the mat. Alright, so going on to the other side now, plant that foot down. The legs should feel quite different now. So we're going to rotate your left ankle this time. So you've done the right, you're going to do the left. So just circling it in one direction. Feel that joint nice and flexible. If it wasn't, it will be by the time we finished. And then take it in the other direction. That's it, lovely. And then just shake that foot out. Put it down if you need to. Okay, flicking the toes. Lovely. And then let's take that towards the knee. So just circle, just small circles with the knee. You don't have to overextend. So just feel that joint moving, the legs, the muscles in the legs warming up. A few clicks going on for me there. That's it, lovely. So take it the other way. Okay. And give it a nice gentle shake. And then take that leg out to the side, opening up the hip, taking it behind, bringing it all the way back round and placing it down on the floor. Okay, so we're going to just widen our legs a little bit and we're just going to reach across with our right hand now to the opposite wall. So we're just going to do stretches across the body. So you're just pushing as if there's an imaginary wall and you're pushing it with the palm of your hand as hard as you can, so you get this nice stretch through the side of the body. That's it. And then take that stretch up towards the ceiling. Okay, I've got no music on for this, but if you want to have music in the background, you can pick your own. So you're stretching again, reaching up, feeling that stretch under the arms here. Lovely. Bring it back down to shoulder height. And then take it towards the hips. Okay, so you're reaching down and then towards the knees. Now, if you want to go a bit further with this, you can, or you can stay there. So you could take the hand all the way to the floor by the opposite foot and raise the other arm up behind you. So like a lunging over from one side to the other. So as well as stretching the arms and the shoulders, you're getting a nice stretch through these hip abductor muscles here. Okay, lovely. Okay, and then bring the hands back up again towards the knees, and then we're going to go into our spinal twist. So feet are hip width distance apart, and you're just allowing the hands just to swing around the body, just tapping the small of the back. That's lovely. Okay, all right, and then we're just going to begin to raise the arms, and as we raise the arms, we're going to lift the opposite heel to the way we turn. So it's just a nice, gentle, flowing movement. If you want to go faster, you can. Just take it at your own pace. And what this is doing, it's creating a lovely twist in the spine. So we're going to raise the arms a little bit now. So one hand is tapping the shoulder and the other hand is tapping the small of your back. Alright, so you're getting a twist through the whole of the spine now. Keeping your spine nice and tall and your core muscles switched on still. And then you're going to take both hands to shoulder height. So now feel that stretch across the front of the body. Lovely. And then taking the hands up and drawing that big happy smile on the ceiling. Okay, all the way around. And then beginning to lower the arms again to shoulder height. And then just gradually bringing them back down to rest at the side of the body. Lovely. So into shoulder scoops now. So we're going to take the spine in a sideways movement. So we're always trying to get the spine to move in every direction as we warm our body up. So we've done some nice twisting. So we're going to move from side to side. So imagine you're standing in a pool of water and you're scooping up water into the palms of your hands. That's lovely. And then begin to raise the elbow and make those circles with your arms a little bit bigger, so you're really stretching the side of the body. That's lovely. Really opening through the shoulders and then slowing it down. Okay. Right, so we're going to move into some hip circles. So feet shoulder width distance. And we're just going to begin by making very small circles with our hips to begin with. So just nice, small, even circles, and then we're going to gradually grow those circles to make them a little bit bigger each time, keeping these core muscles engaged. And then we're going to really extend to the side, out to the front, to the side and back. So making really big circles, feeling the hips opening. Lovely, all the way round, and then make those circles a bit smaller, coming back to the centre point, and then we're going to go in the other direction. So again, starting off nice and small, circling in this direction, opening up the hips, just beginning to make those circles a little bit bigger each time. Okay, and then really opening, making big circles with the hips. Okay, so you'll begin to feel this perhaps in your lower back, working your abdominal muscles. Okay, and then just slowing those circles down, making them a bit smaller. Okay, so we're going to make a figure of 8 with our hips now. So whichever way is the most comfortable for you to do that. So I always end up going out to the right, which looks like my left for you, but whichever way is comfortable, just begin to make a figure of 8 or an infinity symbol with your hips. So you're just taking them out to the side. You can bring your shoulders in if you want, make it look a bit funky. Okay, so just making that nice figure of 8. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to release the hands and we're going to hold them in front of our heart, and imagine we've got this ball of energy resting between our hands, and then we're going to start to slowly move that ball of energy in that same shape, that same figure of 8, and our elbow is leading the movement. Okay, so you might want to widen your legs a little bit. So the elbow is lifting that ball and taking it in that lovely sideways figure of 8 or infinity symbol direction. Okay, so what we're getting now is another lovely movement through the spine, and we can take that up above our heads and we can draw it on the ceiling. That's it, moving it in that beautiful figure of 8, and then we can bring it down in front of us again, and we can take it lower down. So widening your legs, bending your knees if you need to, taking that all the way down to the ground. Only if it's comfortable. You can draw that shape all the way around the side of the body, bending the knees over from one side to the other, and then bringing it back up, and just perhaps taking it wherever you feel your spine needs to have that extra stretch. So it could be out to one side, it could just be keeping it close in front of the body. Okay, alright, lovely. So bringing that ball of energy to rest back. And then we're going to do some stepping forward and stepping back, because we want to move the spine backwards and forwards now. So we just start off by planting the left foot doesn't move, and you're going to step forward with the right foot and you're going to step back with the right foot, okay? So then we're going to lift the arms with our palms behind us, and what we're going to do now, instead of lifting the arms, we're going to give ourselves a hug, okay? So we're going to lift palms behind us and hug, okay? So lifting up and squeezing our shoulders. All right, so lifting, squeezing, okay? Some of us might be home alone at the moment, have no one to give us a hug. So this maybe is your chance to give it to yourself, okay? All right, so let's just do that once more. Reaching up and back, okay? So swapping over, stepping forward with your left foot and back with your left foot, and then lifting the arms, palms facing behind you, and then a nice hug. So let's just challenge your brain a bit now and see, can you maybe do it with your right hand over this time, and then when you swap onto the left hand over. Okay, so right hand and left hand. Okay, so you should be feeling the arms and the legs, the whole body now beginning to warm up. Okay, let's just do that one more time. Okay, all right, so the next stretch we're going to do, the next warm up, is you're going to step forward with your right foot. You're going to lift the hands up, and imagine your hands are like wings, and as you come down, you're going to bend the back leg, straighten the front leg, and point the toes towards the ceiling, and lift the arms behind you like wings. So you're getting a lovely hamstring stretch. So bending that front leg as you come up and come down as you breathe out, and stretching, pointing those toes of the right foot to the ceiling. So breathing in and breathing out, and breathing in and out. Let's just do that one more time. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, coming up, taking the opposite leg behind you, lifting, coming down, toes of the left foot pointing to the ceiling. So reaching and stretching, and then feeling that lovely hamstring stretch. So lifting and releasing. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time. Breathing in like a graceful eagle, swooping your wings down, and then coming up. And then just to finish on another graceful note, I'm going to do what's called the butterfly. So you've got your hands in prayer position. Okay, I'll talk you through it. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to open the palms, put the backs of the hands together, point the fingers to the floor, point them to the heart, point them to the ceiling, and then open the wings, lift them behind you, backs of the hands together towards the floor, the heart, the ceiling, and open. So we're just going to make that a nice flowing movement. Okay, so breathing in and out, and in and out. You might want to imagine some beautiful iridescent colours in your butterfly wings. So breathing in, let's do it twice more. In and out, and in and out. Okay, so hopefully everybody is suitably warmed up. I just have to turn my heater off because it's a bit hot in here now. So, okay, so get yourselves a drink if you have one or if you need one. Okay, so we're going to practice energy block release 2 now. Alright, so energy block release 2 also goes by another name, Be Here Now, which ties in perfectly with our theme of being present today. So it's a wonderful posture for centering and for grounding us, and it is also great for alleviating the effects of any pressure or stress that we might be under, as well as stretching and strengthening our bodies. So the essence of this sequence really is all about flow and awareness. So part one of this is the whole of this, part one of this sequence is done standing up. Now, if anybody struggles with standing up for any length of time, then you can do nearly the whole of this sequence sitting on a chair. So just follow my guidance, follow the description of what I'm asking you to do, and you can do pretty much all of it sitting down. So that's absolutely fine, you don't need to miss anything at all. Alright, okay, so I'm just going to do two very quick demonstrations of two of the parts that come up in this sequence. The first is called the chair of the heart, and I'll show you what it looks like so that when we come to it you can just go straight into it. So, the chair of the heart, we breathe in, we hold our hands above our head in prayer position, we breathe out, we take the hands to the crown, and then when we breathe in, we push the hands up, but we also sit down on, well, we bend our knees and it's as if we're trying to sit down. So you breathe in, you draw the hands to the crown, you straighten the legs, you breathe in, that's it, and you push away. Okay, so you breathe out and you push away. So you breathe in and you breathe out. And I'll just show you this way. So it's breathe in, breathe out, breathe in as you sit down, pushing the hands up, and breathe out. Okay, so that's that one. And then we're going to move into something called standing cat a little bit later in the sequence, and this looks like so. So you place your hands on the insides of your thighs. Again, you can do this sitting down if you're not going to be standing up. And what you want is a nice straight back from the tip, from the very base of your spine, all the way up to the crown of your head. So a nice straight back. And what we do to create this movement is we engage our core muscles, our abdominal muscles, and then when we're ready to breathe out, we tuck the pelvis under, we arch up into a beautiful bridge shape, and we drop the head. And then when we're ready to breathe in, you push the tailbone out or tilt the pelvis forward, hollow the spine, and lift the head. So on an out breath, you tuck the pelvis under, you curl up, and on an in breath, you tilt the pelvis forward and you lift the head up. And then we move into a shoulder drop, which again, I'll turn this way, looks like this. So you drop one shoulder down, you look over the other shoulder, you come back up, you drop the opposite shoulder, and you look over the other shoulder. Okay, and then finally, the last part of the movement is we hang down, holding onto our elbows, and you take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you take one elbow towards the centre point between the feet, you breathe in, you breathe out, and you take the other elbow towards that centre point between the feet. Okay, so hopefully that will have helped you to work through it without having to watch me too much. Okay, right, so we'll start as we always do in Tadasana. So I'd like you to find your feet hip width distance apart from each other, and to do that you can put the heel into the arch of one foot, rotate on the ball of the foot, and have your feet parallel. Okay, lovely. Alright, so while I get you into this Tadasana, this mountain posture, aligning your whole body, but also aligning your breath as well, you might want to close your eyes, and this will help you to find that still space we're trying to achieve, or we're going to achieve in our practice today. Okay, so having that awareness at the soles of the feet, and we're going to move our awareness up through the body. So you're going to move the awareness into the ankles, up into the chins, into the calf muscles, all the way up to the knees. If your knees are currently locked, just gently soften the knees. That's it, lovely. And then continue the awareness from the knees up through the thighs, all the way up into the pelvis, into the hips, and checking your pelvis is in a neutral position. So you might want to tip the pelvis forwards and backwards, and just somewhere in between those two extreme ranges of movement you'll find that lovely central neutral position. So we're going to gently engage now the abdominal muscles and the pelvic floor muscles. So You're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, just gently contract those muscles, just 10 or 15%, and keep that engagement on, but only so much that you can still keep breathing naturally. And what that's immediately done is it's created this corset of protection around your lower body, which is great for helping the spine, keeping the spine nice and safe. Okay. So continuing to move that awareness up through the body to the sternum and lifting the sternum vertically, creating space beneath the ribs. And then again breathing in and lifting the shoulders up towards the ears, rotating them back and letting them come to rest in their natural pockets. You're visualising now you've got that beautiful golden thread attached to the crown of your head, and it's just lifting the head up towards the sky, and as it does so it's lengthening the spine, creating space between the vertebrae, creating a lovely long strong spine. Okay, and you may want to check that your chin is parallel to the earth, so you may just want to tuck it in a tiny little bit. Okay, so now you're standing in Tadasana, in mountain pose, tall and strong, and we're going to take your awareness all the way back down through the body to the soles of the feet. And I want you to visualise that extending out from the soles of your feet are roots, and the roots are growing down from your feet right down deeply into the earth beneath you. And we're going to use our breath now to align with the earth beneath your feet and the sky above your head to really help bring the body and the mind into balance. So when you're ready to breathe in, draw that breath in from the earth up through the feet, the legs, up into the chest. Breathing out, releasing that breath up and out through the crown of the head. Breathing deeply in through the crown, taking the breath into the chest. Releasing and breathing out, down through the body and out through the soles of the feet. Breathing in again, drawing in the stability of the earth, filling the body, and then breathing out and releasing up to the sky above you. Breathing in, drawing down into you the spaciousness of the sky, filling the body, and as you breathe out, releasing and letting go through the soles of the feet. Breathing in again, drawing in that healing energy from the earth up through the legs, into the lungs. Breathing out, releasing and letting that breath go out through the crown of the head. Breathing in again one more time, taking in the freedom of the sky down into the body. Breathing out, releasing that breath and letting go through the soles of the feet. And resting in this Tadasana posture, allowing your breathing to return to its comfortable rhythm. Just observing how your body feels, maybe noticing some sense of stillness and calm beginning to enter the body and the mind, the settling. Feel the body strong and tall and stable, and yet relaxed at the same time. And then when you're ready, gently opening your eyes, and we're going to move into what's called the Breath of Arjuna. So you're going to cross your right hand in front of your left, I'll mirror you. And you're going to draw the elbows up towards the sky, opening the hands in front of you, releasing and letting go. Taking the left hand in front again, you're going to breathe in, drawing the hands up, breathing out as the arms float down. So right hand in front, breathing in deeply, breathing out and releasing. Left hand in front, breathing in, drawing the breath up into the lungs, breathing out and letting go. right hand in front. Breathe in, feel the lungs fully expanding, and breathing out and softening. Left hand in front, breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. So we're going to continue with that breath, but we're going to adopt the Brahma Mudra. So you're going to cross the outside 3 fingers into the palms of the hands. Take the thumb to rest over them so that you've got your index finger pointing out. And this is a mudra which is really beneficial. It's great for creativity and empowerment. So as we do this breath again, just think maybe of a quality perhaps that you'd like to draw more of into you at the moment. It might be joy, it might be patience, whatever that is, and you just imagine as you're drawing that circle of light or energy around you that you're also drawing more of that quality into your being. Okay, so we're going to do the same again. So right hand in front of left, breathing in, lifting the arms and breathing out as they float down to the sides. Again, left hand in front, breathing in, drawing that beautiful circle of energy all around you, and releasing and letting go. Bending the knees softly, breathing in as the right hand goes in front of the left, and breathing out. Left hand in front, breathing in, breathing out. This is so good for expanding your lungs. So right hand in front, breathing in, breathing out, and last time drawing that beautiful circle of energy and light all the way around the body, and then breathing out. Lovely. So moving into the chair of the heart now. So we're going to take a lovely breath in above our heads. If the hands are too high for you, you can have the hands at the crown and lower them to the heart. So if you've got any blood pressure problems, you could do that instead. So you've got the hands above the head. We're going to breathe out and draw them to the crown or down to the heart. Then we're going to breathe in, and as we breathe in, we bend the knees sitting down, pushing the hands up towards the ceiling. Okay, bringing the hands back towards the crown, pushing down, reaching up towards the ceiling. One last time, drawing the hands to the crown, reaching up towards the sky, and then bringing the hands down to the heart. If you need to release your hands just to give your shoulders a shake, that's fine. So we're going to move into the Anahata breath now. So the hands are facing the heart, and we're going to breathe in, drawing the hands towards the heart, and breathing out, rotating the hands, moving them away. So breathing in and breathing out as you exhale. So breathing in, bending the knees softly as you breathe out, straightening the legs as you breathe in. So focusing on the area around your heart as you follow this movement, this beautiful flowing breath, breathing in and breathing out. So the qualities of the heart, of compassion, generosity, of selflessness, of love, of self-love. Okay, so you're drawing those qualities into the heart as you breathe in, and you're sharing them and giving them away as you breathe out. If you need to change the pace and the speed at which we do this, that's fine. Slowing it down or speeding it up. And you might want to affirm to yourself as we follow this breath, may all my actions and all of my thoughts be filled with compassion. So may all of my actions and all of my thoughts be filled with compassion. Lovely. Okay, that's the last time, drawing the hands back in and releasing. So we're going to move into a spinal twist now. So your feet need to be shoulder width distance apart. And we're going to lift the arms up to shoulder height. I'm going to turn one foot out, the right foot out 90 degrees. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, rotate the hips, lift the heel of the opposite foot off the mat, and place the left hand on the right shoulder, both elbows bent at 90 degrees. In this position, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, see if you can take that twist just a tiny bit deeper. Breathe in again, just taking that stretch a little deeper, and then allow the arms to float back round to the front, gliding the shoulders down the back if you can. So turning the left foot out 90 degrees, again, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, rotate the hips, allow the heel of the foot to come off the mat, and then take the right hand to sit on the left shoulder, keeping both elbows bent at 90 degrees and parallel to the floor. And in this position, take a breath in, and breathe out, take that twist a little deeper. Breathe in again, and as you breathe out, take that twist a little deeper. And then breathing in, floating the arms all the way back round to the front and lowering them down to your sides. So we're going to move into shoulder rotations now. So you're going to open the shoulders backwards and forwards. So breathing in as you open and expand the chest, and breathing out as you move them forwards. So a lovely rotation through the shoulders. Okay, so as we go through this movement, just begin to raise the arms up just a little bit at a time. Okay, so breathing in and breathing out. And the next time you breathe in, just gently look towards your right side and turn the left hand under, okay? And then we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to look towards your left and twist. So it's like walking like an Egyptian, isn't it? You're pushing the fingertips away and getting a really lovely stretch through the arms, and then this lovely twisting through the shoulders. Okay. And then just begin to lower the arms gently, just a little at a time, still getting that lovely stretch through both of your arms until the hands come to rest at the side of the body. So we're going to move into the standing cat now. So I'll turn to the side so you can see if you need to check. So your feet shoulder width distance, your hands resting on the insides of your thighs. Your spine is nice and straight, all the way up to the top of your head, nice straight line. Okay, so see if you can glide your shoulders down your back rather than have them up round your ears. Okay, and then I want you to breathe in, and as you breathe out, just gently engage these abdominal core muscles, again, still so that you can breathe. Then I want you to breathe in again, and as you breathe out, tuck your tailbone under, arch the back up into that lovely bridge shape and drop the head. Keep the head down, and as you breathe in, tilt the pelvis forwards, hollow the spine and lift the head. Leave the head up. As you breathe out and you tuck the pelvis under, the back comes up into that lovely bridge shape and the head drops. Breathing in, leaving the head where it is, tilting the pelvis forwards, hollowing the spine, lifting the head. Again, breathing out, coming up into that lovely bridge shape. Breathing in, tilting the pelvis forwards and hollowing the spine. You can visualize the spine, it's like a string of pearls. So this time, when you're ready to breathe out, imagine that every vertebrae is like a pearl on a string, and it's just moving one at a time. And let's do this one more time. So breathing in, tilting the pelvis forwards, hollowing the spine, lifting the head gently. Okay, so come back to your flat back now, and we're going to drop the shoulders. So I'll face the front again. So we're going to drop, we're going to breathe in, and we're going to drop the right shoulder down, and we're going to look over the left. Breathing in, coming back to the centre. Breathing out, taking the left shoulder down, looking over the right. Breathing in, breathing out, dropping the right shoulder, looking over the left. Breathing in to come back to the centre. Breathing out, dropping the left shoulder, looking over the right. One more time on each side. Breathing in, breathing out, dropping that right shoulder, looking over the left. Breathing in again and breathing out and dropping the left shoulder. Okay, alright, so for the final part of the sequence, release the hands from the thighs, and just allow the head and the hands to hang down. The knees can be bent, and take hold of the elbows with the opposite hands. You physically couldn't take hold of it with the same hand, could you? All right, and then just what we're going to do is we're going to aim to get the point of the elbow as if we're trying to place it down on the mat between the feet. We're not going to do that, but that's what you're going to attempt to achieve. So already you'll feel a really lovely stretch through the back. So as you breathe in and breathe out, take the right elbow across the body, just a tiny movement, and then breathe in and allow it to come back. Okay, so breathing in, breathing out, taking the left elbow to that center point. Breathe in to release, breathe out, taking the right elbow across. Breathing in, breathing out, taking the left elbow. So it's not a big movement, but you do get a really nice stretch through the shoulder. Breathe in to release, one more time on each side. Breathe out to stretch. Breathe in, let go, and then breathe out and just take that left elbow again towards the center point. And release, and then let go of the elbows and just heel toe your feet back to hip width distance. Bend the knees gently, and then just uncurl from the base of the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Again, you can visualize that string of pearls. Head is the last thing to come up, and then let's lift the arms up, opening them above us. Take a big breath in, drawing them together, and then down to our heart. And close your eyes just for a moment, and allow the body to settle. Feel your heart beating against your hands. And just observe any sensations throughout the body, maybe in the shoulders or the hips, the legs. And just feel a beautiful sense of stillness washing over the body and the mind. Ready, gently opening your eyes and releasing your hands. Alright, so you can sit down for a moment now, because I'm going to demonstrate the posture that we're going to move into. So I'm just going to move my mat to a different position. Okay, lovely. Alright. Okay, lovely. So we're going to practice now Paschimottanasana, which is the sitting forward bend. So the benefits of this on a physical level are that you get a fantastic stretch through the backs of the legs, so the hamstrings will get a really lovely deep stretch, and the lower back will as well. And because of the forward movement, the abdominal organs, the pelvic organs all get a really lovely massage, and it also helps to stimulate the liver and the kidneys and the adrenal glands, the pancreas as well. And it can be, it's been said that if it's practiced regularly, it can actually help support people with diabetes. So lots of good physical benefits. And then on a mental and emotional level, it's good for letting go of fear and fearful thoughts and memories. It's really good for that, and also for amplifying courage. So again, you know, with regular practice, you can get more than just the physical benefits of this posture. So I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll talk through any modifications and health considerations we need to consider. All right, so I'm going to use this. I'll explain why in a minute, but you might be able to work out for yourself why I'm using it. Okay. So, if anybody does have problems with slip disc or sciatica, I'm going to show you a modification which I'll leave up to you to decide whether or not you feel comfortable doing it that way. And also if there are people with really tight hamstrings or perhaps knee and hip problems, there's ways that you can still do this posture comfortably as well. The same goes for anybody that struggles to sit on the floor in that position. So the first modification I'll show you is what you could do if you've got really tight hamstrings is sit in the same position, and this, should I say, what it does is it helps to tilt the pelvis forwards, and it's much easier to sit up straight if you've got something underneath your sit bones. So even just a rolled up towel, because most people probably won't have one of these, but a rolled up towel will just tilt the pelvis forward, and it's so much easier to sit up without having this sort of curved spine here. So that's what this is for. But if you've got really tight hamstrings, or some issues with your knees and you can't sit with your legs straight out like that, you can have your legs resting over a cushion, and you can still do exactly the same movement as we've just done. So you'll still get the benefits, but it just won't strain the backs of the legs quite so much. So that's one way to do it. And then the other way, to show you quickly, is to use a chair. So if you've got a chair, I don't know, well, perhaps the end of your bed, depending on how high your bed is, then you can sit like so. You can do the same movement, okay, lifting the hands up and then just reaching forwards and coming down the body over the thighs and then lifting up. So you won't get the stretch in the back of the legs, but you will still get the benefit of stretching the back and toning up and massaging the abdominal organs as well. So that's how we can do it on a chair. Okay, so before, I shouldn't be talking when I'm not in front of the camera. Before we move into actually practicing this together, we're going to do a hamstring stretch. So if you've got a scarf or a belt, maybe from your dressing gown, that's long enough, just so that we can do a nice hamstring stretch, if you could take hold of that. Okay, and we're just going to take ourselves down onto the floor, like so. Okay, so just take your time. Alright, and just to make sure the base of our spine's really in contact with the mat, I'm going to ask you to take one knee and then the other knee into the chest and just pull the knees towards the chest, and you'll feel sort of a release here. And then when you place one foot down and then the other foot down, you should feel the lower back much more connected to the mat beneath you. So take your strap now and raise up, doesn't really matter which leg, but I'll say your right leg, and take the strap over the foot, somewhere between the heel and the ball of the foot, so somewhere in the middle. Okay, and then taking hold of the belt or the strap, I want you to do is, if you can, if your strap's long enough, see if you can have your elbows on the floor rather than hanging on up here, because what that might do is put tension through the neck and the shoulder area. So try and keep the neck and the shoulder area nice and soft. The elbows are on the floor, and you're going to push the heel, or aim to push the heel towards the ceiling. So you're pushing the heel up, and at the same time you're pointing the toes towards your face. Okay, checking that your other knee is in line with your hip, it hasn't fallen out to the side. Okay, so the movement here, what you want to try and achieve is pushing the heel towards the ceiling and pointing the toes towards the face. Alright, so taking breathing in, and then as you breathe out, just seeing if you can nudge that stretch a little deeper. Okay, so breathing in, breathing out, and just taking that stretch as far as is comfortable for you. So you're pushing the base of the spine down into the mat as you do this, and really reaching and stretching out that hamstring. And your leg doesn't need to be straight to feel the stretch, so if your leg is bent, that's fine, don't worry about that. Just just stretch to wherever feels comfortable for you. Certainly don't have a big shake going on, because that will be causing some kind of nerve impingement. Okay, so when you feel like you've had a good enough stretch on this side, bending the knee, taking that foot down to the floor, swapping over and taking the other foot up towards the ceiling. Okay, so the same thing again, taking any tension out of the shoulder and the neck, pushing that heel up towards the ceiling, pointing the toes towards the face. That's it, checking this knee is in line with the hip, and then just using your breath to just gradually ease into that beautiful stretch to the back of the leg. And this is really helpful. So these stretches, these body preparations that we do when we practice Dru Yoga are so that we don't hurt ourselves. And I know when I first started practicing Dru Yoga, I used to think, well, this isn't yoga, we're just doing stretches. And it took me quite a long time to realise that this is yoga too, this is part and parcel of it. So if you think of it like that, that everything we're doing the whole time is part of our yoga practice, and it's to keep you safe as well. Okay, so pushing that heel up, pointing the toes towards the face, and then when you feel like you've had enough of a stretch, bending that knee and taking that leg to the floor, and then just rolling gently over onto one side and coming up gracefully. That's it, lovely. Okay, so let's have a go at actually doing the posture now. So if you can, use something underneath your sit bones. I mean, the other thing you can do is if you're on a mat, you could actually roll your mat up a little bit, depending on how thick it is. Mine's quite thin, but if you've got a thicker mat, that would just give you that extra little bit of height. Okay, so, and if you haven't got anything underneath you, what you can do is just pull out any excess, what shall I call it, part of you, so that you're really sitting on those sit bones and you've got that nice tall spine. So as we move into this, there's a few alignment points I want you to think about. So the first one is we're always aiming to lengthen and extend through the spine. Okay, as we move into that forward position, into that forward bend, the movement is a hinging forwards. Alright, so the movement is a hinging forwards, which is why it's such a strong stretch on the backs of the legs. Alright, so I know when I used to practice a sitting forward bend, I think it looked like this, and if you watch, can you see how my shoulders come forwards and my back, my spine actually curves, and it's more of a curve, isn't it? Whereas if you think of it as a hinge from the hips, the back stays long, and as you hinge forwards, it still stays nice and tall and long, and then you reach down. So it's keeping the back nice and tall, it's hinging from the hips, and then the other thing that will help to keep that movement is to visualise that you've got that golden cord again attached to the sternum, and that cord is actually pulling you forwards. So if you imagine again, as you hinge forwards, that sternum is being pulled forwards until you then come down, thighs to your chest towards your thighs. Okay, so that hopefully will help you to get the right alignment. Okay, so shall we begin? All right. So if you're sitting comfortably, all right. So bring your hands to prayer position, and just close your eyes for a moment. Taking a couple of lovely deep breaths in and out. And reminding ourselves that as we practice this posture, that one of the benefits is that it gives us the opportunity to let go and release fear and fearful thoughts, yet at the same time it amplifies, it grows our own sense, our own courage. So it really is a wonderful posture. Okay, so releasing our hands and opening our eyes, We're going to take a lovely deep breath in, lifting the hands over the head. And as we breathe out, the palms come down facing the body, so the face all the way down in front of the body to the navel. We breathe in and we lift them up. We rotate the hands. Remember the spine is nice and tall. Take another breath in. And as you breathe out, hinge forward from the hips. Reach and extend the hands in front of you, only as far as is comfortable. Come down and then breathe in and draw the hands along the outside edges all the way up to the heart. Lifting through the spine, hinging forwards, the sternum moving forwards. Breathing out and then breathing in, drawing the hands along the legs all the way up to the heart. Breathing out again, hinging forwards from the hips, coming down, and this time just stay, allow the body to rest over the legs, holding on either to the calves or to the ankles or to the feet, wherever is comfortable for you. Okay, and this might not feel comfortable if you haven't done this before, so just make sure you're always in a position where you can feel the stretch but you're not in any discomfort or pain. So keep breathing in this position. And then when you're ready, breathe in, draw the hands back along the side of the head, straighten the spine, and then just rest the hands down at your sides. Okay, so now you've got the flow of the movement and you understand what we're achieving or working to achieve. Let's do it again. Okay, alright, so we're sitting up again, nice and tall. Check that you haven't lost that lovely straight spine. Shoulders glided down your back. Okay, alright, so we're going to take a big breath in, drawing the hands up over the head, and as you breathe out, the palms are facing the body, scanning down the front of the body to the navel. You're going to breathe in, up to the chest, rotate the hands, and as you breathe out, hinge forward first, and then allow the body to come down over the legs, and then breathe in as you uncurl from the base of the spine, lengthening up through the spine as the hands return to the heart. Breathing out again, hinging forwards, reaching and extending, feeling that stretch through the lower back, and then breathing in as you uncurl one vertebrae at a time, lifting the hands up to the heart, and then again breathing out, hinging forwards, sternum pulling forwards, and then resting down over the legs, holding on to the legs wherever's comfortable for you, and then taking some really lovely deep breaths in this position. Smiling. Some of you might not feel like smiling. Okay, but just know that your body is really benefiting from this posture. That lovely stretch through the shoulders, through the backs of the legs, and the squeezing of all of the organs as well. And then when you're ready, breathe in, uncurl from the base of the spine, and allow the shoulders just to come back and down. Bring the hands to the heart in prayer position. Take a breath in and breathe out. Lovely. Okay, so obviously if you want to practice that some more, you can just pause the video and just carry on for a little bit longer, or return to it, and perhaps it's something you could practice every day. Maybe not one to do first thing in the morning when you've just woken up, it can feel really tight, but certainly later on in the day when your body's warmed up a bit, it's a great one to practice. Okay, so I'm going to move on to another breathing exercise now, and this one it's a pranayama exercise called the Windmill Breath. And this breath is just another wonderful one for really opening and expanding the lungs, opening the chest, encouraging us to breathe really deeply, and it's just has all those lovely benefits of calming the mind, because as the breath slows down, everything else slows down, including the busyness of our minds and our thoughts. So we need to come onto our feet for this. And I just want you to do that very carefully, because we've been down on the ground for a while. So bend the knees as you come up to standing, and make sure that your head is the last thing to rise. Alright, okay. So I'm going to demonstrate to you what this looks like first without the arms. I'm just going to show you the breathing and the movement without the arms, and then we'll do it together with the arms as well. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So you breathe in as you turn to your right, you come back to the front, and you breathe out as you turn to your left, come back to the front. So if you want to do that with me, this is just the basics to get us going. So breathe in and turn to your right, come back to the front, breathe out as you turn to your left, come back to the front. Okay, so that's the breathing. So it's a breath in on one side, a breath out on the other side, and you don't have to turn too far. So with the arms, this is what it looks like. So we breathe in and we take the right arm up and over our head, back to face the front, and we breathe out and we take the left arm up and over our head and back to the front. So it's like we're doing front crawl, isn't it? So we're breathing in, taking the right arm up and over our heads, face the front, breathe out and take the left arm up and over our heads, and it comes down. So this breathing exercise, it's really important that you breathe at a pace that is comfortable for you. Again, it's no good doing this if you're running out of breath and you're feeling breathless, or if you're breathing too quickly. So I'll talk you through it, but if my pace isn't comfortable for you, just see if you can zone out from my speed and do it at a pace that's comfortable for you. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to stand in Tadasana to begin, so make sure that your feet are hip width distance, your knees are soft, the pelvis is in a neutral position, lift through the sternum, roll the shoulders back and down, and then just have that lovely feeling of lengthening of the spine as the crown's pulled up towards the sky. Alright, lovely. And perhaps just close your eyes just for a moment, taking a couple of deep breaths, and just allowing that stillness, that feeling of being centered and grounded to return to the body. Lovely. Alright, so when we're ready, we're going to breathe in, taking that right hand back, looking over our shoulder, and then breathing out as we take the left hand up and taking it up above our head. So breathing in, drawing the right hand back behind us, facing the front, breathing out and lifting the left hand. Beautiful. So breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, lifting the right arm. Breathing out and visualizing that your arms are just like the sails of a windmill, just blowing gently in the breeze. And really feel that expansion through the lungs as you breathe in, you lift the right arm up, and you breathe out and lift the left arm up. So what I want you to do now is keep moving in this way, but I want you to focus only on the right side of your body. So breathing in, thinking about the right side, the right hand and wrist, the right forearm and elbow, the right upper arm and the right shoulder. Thinking about the right side of your lungs and your chest. And even though you're moving both arms, really taking your awareness to the right side of your body. Breathing in, taking that right arm back, and breathing out as the right hand lowers. Breathing in and breathing out. Just do that one more time, breathing in. And this time allow the right hand just to come down and rest at the side of the body. Close your eyes for a moment. And again, observe the body. And perhaps have an awareness of the left and the right side, and maybe something might feel a little different. One arm might feel longer than the other. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. And we're going to do the same. We're going to start the movement on the other side. So we're going to start on the left side this time. So when you're ready, taking a breath in, drawing the left arm up behind. And as you breathe out, you're taking the right arm up behind. So breathing in, drawing the left arm up. And breathing out, the left arm coming down. So again, the arms moving like the sails of a windmill. Breathing in, lifting, and breathing out. So again, now taking your awareness just to the left side of the body. So breathing in, focusing on the left hand, the left wrist, the left forearm and elbow. Thinking about the left upper arm and the left shoulder, and the left side of the chest, the left lung. The whole of your awareness now on the left side of the body. Breathing in, drawing the left hand up behind you. Breathing out, floating it down in front of you. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And out. Let's do that one more time. Breathing in. And this time allowing the left hand just to come down and rest to the side of the body, and again closing your eyes and sensing that stillness, feeling of calmness coming over the body and the mind, and preparing you for a lovely relaxation. Okay, so lovely, opening your eyes. And hopefully you're feeling, or beginning to feel, that wonderful sense of tranquility that kind of breathing exercise can bring to your body and to your mind. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move into our relaxation. So I'm going to get myself ready while you get yourself ready. So make sure that you've got your nice warm blanket if you need a warm blanket, perhaps a cushion for your head. You might want a cushion underneath your knees. An eye mask maybe, or one of those lovely eye pillows, but just get yourselves ready and I will do the same. Okay. Just prepare yourselves now for 15 minutes or so of really deep relaxation. Just a chance for your body to switch off, and your mind hopefully as well, and to find that lovely sense of stillness that we all deserve and we all need at the moment. Alright, so if you're ready and your eyes are closed, make sure that your feet are resting, perhaps at least the width distance of your mat, so that your feet are just naturally falling out to the sides. Your arms are resting gently away from the body with your palms facing up. And then just taking some lovely deep breaths just to allow the body and the mind to settle. And feel that lovely sense of support as you lie on the earth. Feeling the whole of your body completely supported by the earth beneath you. And then inviting you to take your awareness now all the way down to the soles of the feet, And breathing in, pushing the heels away from the body and drawing the toes towards the face, feeling the muscles contract. And as you breathe out, allow the feet to relax, the muscles to let go. Breathing in again, pushing the heels away, drawing the toes towards the face. And breathing out and allowing those muscles to completely relax. Moving your awareness from the feet up through the ankles, the shins, the calf muscles up into the knees. And breathing in, pushing the backs of the knees down into the mat, feeling the muscles of the legs contracting. And as you breathe out, allowing all those muscles to surrender and to relax. Breathing in again, pushing the backs of the knees down into the mat. And then as you breathe out, completely letting go and feeling both legs relaxed. Moving your awareness from the knees up through the thighs, into the hips and into the pelvic area, into the gluteal muscles. And as you breathe in now, squeezing those gluteal muscles and holding the tension there as tightly as you can. And then as you breathe out, allowing those muscles to deeply relax, melting down into the mat beneath you. Breathing in again, squeezing those muscles, holding the tension there. And then as you breathe out, allow those muscles to surrender and to relax. Shifting your awareness now to the abdomen. And as you breathe in, draw the air down into the abdomen, feel the abdomen rising and expanding. And then as you breathe out, allow the abdomen, the muscles to soften and to relax. Breathing in again as you fill the abdomen with air, feel that expansion and rising. And then as you breathe out, a softening and a relaxing. Beautiful. Awareness travelling now all the way up into the chest. And as you breathe in, feel the lungs filling and expanding with air and the chest rising. And as you breathe out, allow the chest to soften for the muscles to relax. Breathing in again, expanding the lungs, feeling the muscles contracting. And then as you breathe out, a beautiful softening as the muscles relax and let go. Taking your awareness now to the base of your spine. And this time as you breathe in, see if you can push the base of the spine down into the mat as hard as you can, feeling all the muscles of the lower back tightening. And as you breathe out, feel those muscles letting go and relaxing. Breathing in again, pushing base of the spine, the lower back down into the floor beneath you. And then breathing out and allowing those muscles to surrender and to let go. The awareness moving now from the lower back, travelling up the spine into the space between your shoulder blades. And breathing in, gently drawing the shoulder blades towards each other, feeling the chest rising as you do this. And then as you breathe out, allow the shoulder blades to spread out on the floor beneath you and for all the muscles to relax and to soften. Breathing in again, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other, tensing those muscles, feeling that contraction. And then as you breathe out, releasing and allowing the muscles of the upper back to melt back down into the floor beneath you. Taking your awareness from the shoulders down through the arms to the elbows, the forearms, into the wrists, into the palms of your hands and into the fingers. And as you breathe in, extend the fingers, stretching them out as much as you can, feeling all the muscles tightening in the hands. And then as you breathe out, allow the muscles of the fingers to soften and to relax. Breathing in again, squeezing and stretching out those muscles with the fingertips, stretching them as much as you can, and then breathing out and allowing all those muscles to relax and to soften. clenching the fist now gently. As you breathe in, lifting both arms off the floor just a couple of centimetres and rotating them, twisting them towards the body. And then as you breathe out, twist them away, opening the palms and allowing the hands and the arms to rest on the floor, relaxed. Again, clenching the fists gently, breathing in, lifting the arms off the floor, rotating them towards the body. And then as you breathe out, rotating them away. And again, allowing the arms to come and rest heavily on the floor beneath. Moving your awareness from the hands and the arms all the way back up to the shoulders now. And this time as you breathe in, just gently move the shoulders up towards the ears. And then as you breathe out, gliding the shoulders back down and allowing the muscles to relax. Breathing in again, drawing the shoulders up towards the ears. Breathing out and feeling those muscles softening and surrendering as you draw the shoulders down the back. And taking your awareness to the back of the neck now, and as you breathe in, just gently tucking the chin towards the chest, keeping the head in contact with the earth beneath you. And as you breathe out, allow the chin to rise and feel the muscles in the back of the neck, letting go and relaxing. Breathing in again, drawing the chin gently towards the chest, feeling that extension through the back of the neck, that stretch of the muscles. And as you breathe out, the chin softly rising, the muscles of the neck relaxing and letting go. Your awareness now coming to rest in the muscles of the face, so the muscles of your forehead, around your eyes, the muscles around your nose and your mouth, your cheeks. And the next time you breathe in, squeezing all of those muscles, holding the tension in the face as tight as you can. Squeeze, 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 and then as you breathe out, just feel all of those muscles as they relax and soften. Again, when you're ready to breathe in, squeezing all those muscles in the face, holding the tension as tightly as you can. Tight, tight, tight. And then as you breathe out, surrendering and softening, feeling those muscles relaxing so deeply. And then shifting your awareness now from the head and taking it all the way back down through the body, right down to the soles of your feet. Imagine just resting beneath the sole of your right foot is this beautiful amber ball of glowing energy. And as you breathe that light and that warmth, feel it travelling into the sole of the foot, the heel, the ankle, over the top of the foot. And as you breathe out, feel a beautiful wave of relaxation. Feel all the muscles letting go and surrendering. And now imagine that light is resting in the ankle. And as you breathe in, draw that beautiful energy up through the calf muscle, the shin, up into the knee. And as you breathe out, feel every muscle and cell, every tendon surrendering and letting go. And that light now residing in the right knee. And as you breathe in, feel its beautiful warmth and energy travelling up through the thigh muscle, all the way up into the pelvis, into the right hip, the right gluteal muscle. And as you breathe out again, that beautiful wave of relaxation as the whole of the right leg lets go and completely relaxes. Taking that beautiful, warm, glowing light now and feeling it resting beneath the sole of the left foot. And when you're ready, breathing its light and warm energy in through the sole, into the heel, the ankle, and over the top of the foot. Breathing out and feeling that beautiful sense of letting go, all of the muscles and cells relaxing. Sense that warm light, that amber glow resting in the ankle now. And when you're ready, breathe in and draw its warmth and healing energy up through the shin and the calf muscle of the left leg, right the way all up into the knee. Breathing out and feeling the whole of the lower left leg relaxing and completely surrendering. Visualizing that beautiful amber light now resting in the left knee. And as you breathe in, feel its light travelling up through the thigh muscles all the way up into the left hip, into the left gluteal muscle. And as you breathe out, feel every muscle, every tendon, every ligament of the left leg releasing and deeply relaxing. And sense that light now as it rests in the pelvis. And as you breathe in its beautiful healing light, drawing it into the abdomen, into all the organs of the abdomen. And as you breathe out, feel a wonderful sense of relaxation and letting go. As the light now rests in the abdomen, when you're ready, breathe that light in and draw it up through the sternum, all the way up into the chest and into the lungs. And as you breathe out, feel a beautiful softening and a letting go as all the muscles release and soften. And now visualize that light as it rests in the small of your back, at the base of your spine. And as you breathe in, draw its light and its warmth. Feel it travelling all the way up through the spine, right to the very top of the back. And as you breathe out, feel that light, that amber, glowing, healing energy travelling out from the spine, all across the whole of the back. Feel every muscle deeply relaxing. A beautiful wave of relaxation now, travelling across the whole of the back. And then visualize that light now resting in the palm of the right hand. And as you breathe in its light and warmth up through the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, into the upper arm and into the shoulder. And as you breathe out, feel every muscle, every cell, every part of the right arm deeply relaxing and surrendering. The light now resting in the palm of your left hand. And again, as you breathe in, feel its beautiful warmth and energy travelling up through the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the upper arm, right up into the shoulder. And as you breathe out, feel how deeply the left arm surrenders, all of the muscles deeply relaxed. The light now is resting in the shoulders. Feel its warmth, that amber glow. And as you breathe in, feel that light as it moves from the shoulders into the neck and travels all the way up to the back of the head. And as you breathe out, feel that beautiful wave of relaxation as the neck and the back of the head rest heavily on the earth beneath you. And now as you breathe that light from the back of the head, you're drawing it up over the crown and feel it washing over all the muscles of the face, around the eyes and the nose and the mouth and the cheeks. And as you breathe out, feel that wave of relaxation as the whole of the face, all of the muscles completely relax and let go. Now as you rest here, the whole of the body deeply relaxed, I invite you to take your awareness to your heart center and visualize that beautiful warm amber light now resting in your heart center, feeling its light expanding out to all parts of the body, noticing any feelings you may have of joy or contentment or peace, feeling that expand with every breath you take. And as you lie in this beautiful space of stillness, I invite you to affirm quietly to yourself, my power and my peace are always in the present moment. My power and my peace are always in the present moment. You can just give yourself permission now to lie in this stillness for a few moments longer. Nothing you have to do and nowhere you have to be. I'd like you to take your awareness from your heart center to the space resting above the crown of your head, and visualize resting above the crown of your head is the brightest, most radiant ball of beautiful energy, as bright as the sun on a midsummer's day. And as you breathe in, you're taking that light and energy down through the crown into the face, feeling its light and warmth washing over all of the muscles, the back of the head and down into the neck, feeling every cell, every muscle revitalized and re-energized with this radiant light. And breathing that light in again, feel it as it washes down into the shoulders, and feel the light travelling down the arms, into the elbows, down into the forearms, the wrists, as it reaches the palms and travels down into the fingers, into the very tips of the fingers. And feel how that light nurtures and nourishes every part, every cell and every muscle, both arms reawakened and alive. Breathing in again, continuing to take that light, drawing it down from the crown. This time feel it moving down into the chest, filling the lungs with its radiant light, refreshing and reinvigorating every part of the lungs and the chest. And then again, breathe that light in and taking it down beyond the chest, this time down into the abdomen, and feel that light washing over all of the organs, the stomach, the spleen, the kidneys, the liver. Feel that light as it replenishes every cell. Breathing in again, draw that light now and take it down the spine, and feel it cascading like a golden waterfall as that light washes over every vertebrae until it reaches the very base of the spine. And visualize the light radiating out from the spine all the way across the whole of the back. The whole of the back bathed in this beautiful, refreshing light. Breathing in, drawing that light now, taking it down into the pelvis, into the hips. Feel that light extending down through the thighs, all the way down into the knees, nourishing and nurturing all of the muscles, all of the cells. Breathing in again, taking that light, feeling it extending down through the upper body, down through the upper legs, from the knees, and feel that light, sense it as it travels down the shins, the calf muscles, into the ankles, and it washes over the tops of your feet, around the heels, the soles of the feet. Feeling both legs now like pillars of light, totally re-energized and revitalized, every cell tingling and alive. And as you begin to bring your awareness now back into the space where you lie, just gently begin to move the fingers and the toes, just bringing some small movements back into the body. Maybe wanting to stretch out the arms above the head, that full body stretch where you stretch from the tips of your toes right up to the tips of your fingers, the whole body waking up, coming back into the space. And then very gently drawing the knees one at a time into the chest, wrapping your arms around them, giving them a lovely hug, and just moving the spine, rocking gently from one side to the other. Feel that lovely movement coming back into the body. And then when you're ready and in your own time, rolling over gently onto your right side, supporting your head with a cushion or with your hands. Drawing the knees towards the chest, tucking your blanket in behind you, and really absorbing that lovely, comfortable, secure feeling of lying in that fetal position, allowing the relaxation to permeate through the whole of your body and the whole of your mind. Taking 2 lovely deep breaths in and out. And again, breathing in and breathing out. And then using your left hand, placing it down on the floor in front of you, and just slowly pushing yourself up into a seated position, keeping your eyes closed. And then once you're back up to a seated position, all I want you to do is just rub the palms of your hands together. Feel the friction, hopefully creating some warmth. Feel that heat being generated between the palms of your hands. And then when you can feel a really lovely warmth, place those palms over the eye sockets and feel that heat being absorbed into the eye sockets, into the optic nerve. Feel that lovely warmth bathing the eyes. And then slowly opening the eyes into the darkness and just gently separating the fingers, allowing the light to come back in. Using the fingertips maybe to massage the face or to just gently tap the head like raindrops. Okay, lovely, just to bring yourself back. And those of you who are still with me, who haven't fallen asleep on the floor, let's just finish with 3 beautiful deep breaths. So taking the arms out to the side, breathing in, drawing the energy above the head, and breathing out and bringing it to the heart. Again, breathing in, lifting the energy all around you, and drawing it down into the heart as you breathe out. And again, one more time, breathing in, lifting, and breathing out. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for finding the time in your day, in your week, to take this class and to give a gift to yourself, a gift of space and stillness, some stretching and strengthening at the same time. And I really hope this has nurtured you and leaves you feeling refreshed and ready to carry on with your day, or relaxed and ready to go to bed. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Namaste.